Billilla is a historic property and formal gardens, but it's available for anyone to come through and enjoy.
It is, of course, the jewel in the crown for the Bayside municipality. Earlier this year, Council decided to return Billilla's main house to the community. And as part of the same decision, Council wanted to renew the Conservation Management Plan, which sets out a plan for at least another 30 years of how we're going to maintain this piece of Brighton history. So Council is due to take possession of Billilla's main house on the 31st of March 2022. There will be some restoration work undertaken and a significant community engagement process.
We want to hear from the community. We know there are probably some great ideas out there as to how we can make Billilla come alive again. How can we once again make the homestead a place for the Bayside community to come together in a wonderful garden and a wonderful building. People can jump onto the Have Your Say website and actually put down their ideas there. But we're going to have pop-up events. We're having a garden party in summer. We're hoping to be able to show people through the house on tours so that people can have a look at the wonderful heritage features that remain intact in the building.
We're really excited about these consultations because it is an opportunity for the community to have their say and to learn more about the property and its stories. The records tell us a lot about not only the history of the property and the people who lived here, but the history of Brighton and how it's changed over time. It's a place with a long history dating back to the Indigenous owners of the land, the Bunurong people of the Kulin Nation. When it was bought in 1878 by Robert Wright, he was a Scottish migrant who'd come over to the goldfields. He ended up striking it rich. Following that, in 1888, William Weatherly bought the property. He worked on and owned lots of farming properties. He named the place Billilla after his station in Western New South Wales.
Mr. Weatherly died in 1914 and was survived by his wife Jean, who in turn survived a tornado which struck the property in 1918. Bayside City Council acquired the property in 1973 on behalf of the local citizens. Billilla has had a number of uses since then. Council's intention is to return this property to the community for whom it was bought originally.
This studio is a part of the Billilla Mansion and part of the Bayside Artist in Residence program. This studio here is called the Lenton Parr Studio. It used to be the coach house, but it's perfectly suited to the sort of sculpture that I do. And being right by the entrance to the gardens here allows to have a direct access to the public. And for an artist, that's gold. Long may the residency program here carry on, because that level of support and patronage by Bayside Council can't be underestimated.
It's a single-storey mansion designed in an unusual Art Nouveau manner with classical references. The house is filled with examples of Victorian interiors, some amazing examples of wall and floor coverings, ornate ceilings. The gardens retain much of its original layout. There's a large concrete fountain that sits in the centre of the garden, as well as a small bird bath.
It's not only this beautiful mansion that's preserved, it's all the art buildings, all the places where staff would have worked in the stables, in the butler's pantry, the meat house, and all of those are available to see. And they tell us a different story about Brighton, the working class history, which we don't always see.
I think the main features of this garden are the trees. Gardens and parks, it's pointless having them if they're not being used. I'd certainly welcome more events here. A couple of years ago we had a jazz group here for an afternoon on a Sunday afternoon, which was a great event. People just came and sat on their rugs, and I certainly think we could do with more of those.
Heritage buildings like Billilla tell the story of who and what we once were. We'd like the community to write the next chapter in the Billilla story.